Okay folks, we start with tradition. Tina, you gotta have traditions. Always show my girl. Well, whenever I can, I show my girl. And there she is. There's my girl. And here's the more good looking one of us. Ha! Tonight guys, so this is Thursday evening. It is 1941. That's about 20 to 8 for those of you that don't do military time. Stupid name. Those of you in the States that don't do the 24-hour clock. It's 20 to 8. I'm about to cook and it's nothing special. And the cooking, I don't think, is the point of this video. That's not why we're here really. Let me explain. Okay, over there we can see it's the sun is setting. We could maybe zoom in and do some kind of nice some fancy photography if that's what we were doing. I can't zoom in that much and hold it steady, sorry. That's beyond me. But there we go folks, that's what that is. But that's not why we're here. We're here because over here we're gonna cook. And it's basic. We're gonna do baked potatoes and onions. This feels like we're zoomed in still. Yeah, we were. Baked potatoes and onions. Get rid of the flies. Now, you've seen this trick before. Gas comes on, gets things up to heat, lights the wood, and I turn things, you know, and then I turn the gas off. And we're left with a closed metal box that gets hot and keeps baking the potatoes and the onions. So that's the beginning of things. I got some extra wood dotted around on the floor. I got a couple of bags over by the box there, and I've got much more elsewhere. Don't worry about the wood. I don't have any charcoal. Yeah. Now that leads into the topic of today's video really. Yesterday, some friends asked me, what do you need? What have you not got? And on the spot, I couldn't think. I don't have a running list of what do I need. Maybe I should have. But I've never been that, what would you say, calculating? I don't know. I've taken offers of help and assistance on the spur of the moment and come up with answers on the spur of the moment based on what can I think I need at that point in time. But there's usually something I'll look back on afterwards and think, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. Current case in point. Charcoal. I mean, wood's good, it's okay, it does the job. It's a little bit smoky and a little bit, it's less good than charcoal. But I'm about to put a metal grid here. From here, look, I got the metal grid. I'm going to put this over. Press down and seat it down. I don't know if I can do this left-handed, I don't think I ever have. And then I'm going to... Oh, hey! There you go, look. That's because left-handed. Okay, now I need to put the potatoes in. Now you'll see that I've chopped larger potatoes. I'm doing baked potatoes, or what in England, most of England, we would call jacket potatoes. I think most of England. Certainly most of England that I've lived in. Put the potatoes closer. and then some onions. Oh, here's a smaller potato. And then some onions further away. Now I haven't, well, considering I hadn't thought this through, it doesn't look too bad. Now you see here, you see the wood at this side, and you see the wood at the other side that's also sat on top of the gas flame. I'm going to put the lid down, right, when it doesn't catch on the other side, and it doesn't now. The lid is properly closed. Now you got some smoke coming out from the wood. I'm going to give it 5 minutes on full, then I'm going to turn it down and have 5 or 10 minutes on a lower power. I've just dropped my lighter. Let me sort that. Okay, 5 minutes on full, then maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 on a lower power. Make sure that wood catches, and then I'm going to turn the gas off. And the intention is that the wood would maintain. I haven't got my. We're approaching 200, yeah? Look at that, that's how bad my eyes are. We're approaching 200. That's the idea. That the gas gets us there and the wood keeps us there. And I can turn the gas off then. Okay folks, just over my shoulder, you can probably see smoke. Don't panic. Don't panic. The cooking isn't the point of this video, or it's not intended to be. It's not the main point. I might not even come back to show you the result. I don't know how they'll end up. Probably quite black on the outside from the soot, from the smoke. Owen, shut up. I'm not boiling the potatoes first. That's not... This isn't a cookery video in that way. I'm using up some I'm going to call them leftovers, which sounds wrong because it's only 2 weeks ago that Karen bought me these things, but these are the last of what's left, I think, of that batch. But what I'm talking about today, and excuse my eyes a bit, when I'm tired, this eye kind of wanders a bit. It's a muscular thing, you know. I'm not a good looking guy, I know that. A bit Frankenstein, a bit, I don't know, one eye off to one side. The point of this video is people asking me, what do you need? And me not being able to answer because I haven't preemptively thought about it. I'm not cold and calculating in that way. I don't have an answer already established that I can just say, oh, I want this, this, this and this. And it's going to cost you 200 euros, but thanks for asking. That's not... So yesterday I was asked, what do you need? And I came up with a list that included drawing pins. Because inside the tent, my bedroom has a big doorway, there's a mesh, and there's a doorway, and a big zip that zips it. And a few days ago the zip stopped working. I think I mentioned it maybe in the last live stream on Sunday. The zip stopped working, or worked in little pieces. You run the zip the whole stretch and it catches here and here and not there and gapes. So I thought that that's just going to stop working. Let's get some drawing pins and just tack it in place. There'll be little gaps that flies can get through, but it'll stop 90–95% of incursions. So that and a bit of tape for the damages to the side of the tent, and those were my main thoughts yesterday. Actually, no. The ladies bought me a couple of beers while we were out, and I asked if I could have another beer. They got me a bottle of cold beer, because I don't get cold beer too often. I've said that here a few times. I don't get a cold drink very often because I'm in the middle of a fucking field. I can get a drink and stop it getting warm, so I can keep it tepid. But it's not too often I get an actual cold drink. So the ladies kind of took care of, I got, let me think, see whether I can remember everything, because it was only 4 or 5 items. A litre of beer, cold beer, a packet of crisps, a roll of tape, and safety pins for pinning this doorway up. Came to 8, 9, 10 euros, I think. What do you need? Why do I not have a better prepared list in my head at any moment? Because within 24 hours I can usually come up with a more extensive list. It's just not what you do, is it? It's just not polite. Who's with me? It's not polite to already have a predefined list of what do you need and roll it off when someone says, hey, how you doing? What can I get you? I feel bad needing anything, wanting anything. I was brought up not to inconvenience other people. Don't put other people out. Don't be a nuisance. Overcoming those basic instincts. Tina girl, no, no, no. Overcoming those, that's not an instinct, but overcoming those more basic customs. I don't know what you would call them. I guess customs is a good word. No, Tina. I said no. Hey. Hey. No. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're a good girl. See if you can get the girl. I don't know how well you'll get her. There she is. No barking at the people walking past. So this, I don't know. I mean, could I create like a standing list of things that I almost always could do with? I mean, I did this, I gave Karen a list a couple of weeks ago of my staples. But if somebody out there is buying me things at random and doesn't know how long ago I got things, they could easily end up bringing me, you could end up bringing me like 5 kilograms of potatoes a day after I just got 5 kilograms. And then I'm in a world of pain of a different sort, yeah? What do I do if I end up with 10 kilograms of potatoes and 6 or 7 kilograms of onions? I don't know. Look at this. You see the smoke? Do you think maybe I should go and think about turning the gas off there? But here, look. Here. Oh, we're zoomed in again, look, because I zoomed in on... I should pick up some extra wood for later in the process. Okay, look at it. That's going well. I'm not even going to look. I don't need to look, do I? I'm going to turn it from high. Okay. I'm going to turn it from high to low. I've probably left it too long. I've been talking so long. Look at the temperature gauge. Temperature gauge is up and off the chart. That's as full as, it's about as high as the thermometer goes. almost the size of tomato goes. Can I read a number? Not with my eyes. About 350? I think so. That's centigrade, Celsius. We're on low. I brought across a little bit extra wood. I should bring up some more. Here's some more, look. Here's a hardwood and a couple of other bits of other bits of detritus. Okay. Quick shot Tina. And back to me. Where the attention should always be. Apparently, according to some, I'm a narcissist, a liar, and a whatever. I don't know. It's not for me to make such a diagnosis. I don't think I am. What do I know? I don't have much to gain by lying, I don't think. Let's have a look at this. You see the smoke coming out of the... Did you see the flames? Where are we? We zoomed in about 6. I'm zoomed in about 6 there. You see the flames inside that box? That's why those potatoes are going to come out black, but not necessarily like a cooked black, a burnt black. It's just a carbon deposit black, maybe. Like I've said, it's not a cookery video in that sense. Can I come up with a bunch of things now on the spot? Like a standing list of what do you need? Meat's always nice. I don't get to eat meat very often. Karen gave me some chicken 2 weeks ago now. My main protein source is eggs. Every now and again, I don't know, less than once a month, I'll buy 12 eggs in the shop. Occasionally, I'll find some eggs out and about. That's even rarer. That's when other people have thrown them away, when other people are convinced they're no good. In the past, I found out like a full 12 pack of eggs untouched. Where someone's had them, I can't begin to judge how or why this comes about, but they throw them away. They're leaving the country maybe, and they just happen to have not... They've bought some eggs and then just not used them for 3 or 4 days, and now they're leaving the country, maybe. Or maybe they had 2 or 3 packs of eggs and they've used 2 packs, had one left over, and it's past its sell-by date and they just throw them away out of fear. Let me tell you, eggs don't go off. If you look at how I'm living, I'm in a tent that reaches 40 degrees plus per day. Maybe not quite this time of year. 35 degrees. And I've got 12 eggs on a shelf up fairly high in the tent. I have tried putting them down lower. I'll come back to that later because rodents. Even putting them higher doesn't automatically solve that problem. But 35 degrees even now, and I'm eating eggs at the minute that I bought. If you look back at my video, Tramp spends his last, was it 13 euros or 18 euros, whatever that number was, when I spent my last money 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. I'm not sure if these are the eggs I bought then or if these are the ones I already had before I bought those. But I just opened them a few days ago. And now I'm about halfway through because I had some bread buns. So I've been having egg sandwiches, egg butties. I should look here, shouldn't I? I should look at you at the camera. I keep looking over here at me on the screen, and that's not you. Sorry. I'm doing you a disservice. He is distracting though, that bugger. He's too good looking. Not. Okay. So what we got so far? Eggs are always good. Meat. Any kind of meat. Bacon lasts forever, but any other meat, beef, pork, chicken, what others is there? Those are your, that probably covers 90% of what anybody eats at any time, doesn't it? Bread's always good to have, but not too much, you know? You're gonna bring me bread? Maybe check what I've got already. Don't bring me 2 or 3 loaves of bread when I've just had 6 delivered in the last 2 days. That doesn't happen too much now. Breadpocalypse, if you want to look back at those videos. My Ukrainian friends are here again, or were here not long ago. Thank you, my Ukrainian friends. And so as not to pick sides, thank you to my Russian friends, because I've got both. I have Russian friends and I have Ukrainian friends. And probably never the twain shall meet, I imagine. Other things. What do you need? I'm just going to stop here, guys. I just want to show you this. Sunsets are a bit of a rarity here. I've kind of complained, if you will, in the past. Comparing where I lived in Lancashire and the $1 million sunsets that we used to get 2 or 3 times a night, 2 or 3 times a week. Can't even talk, look. But comparing 2 or 3 times a week at fantastic sunsets to once or twice a year, it feels like with Torrevieja, you just don't get them the same way. You see the bird fly right across just then. But I can't do HDR in a video, I don't think. But that's quite... I guess you want some kind of black, you want a silhouette against, to contrast against it, and it's not really there. It's, the pink's higher up. I can't get you a nice silhouette like of the tent or of the petrol station, the gas station. I can't get you a silhouette against it because it's higher up in the sky. Tina, go. Tina. There you are. Hey folks, traditions. You got to have a tradition. This is my tradition. I highlight my girl every now and again. Now, I'm about to go over there and put some more wood in. And on the way, I'm going to pick up some extra wood. Because that's what you do. I don't know how much extra I can get on this shelf. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that this right hand shelf is a little bit dodgy because of her. Because Tina. Always because Tina. Now, I have to find a way of lifting this. I'll try these. I have to lift this. Look at this. Oh, look how dark. Okay. Some things are so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the gas off, but at the same time I need my hand, guys. I'm going to put some extra wood in on these, in this first cage and the second, I don't know what the word is, but I'm going to put some extra wood in. Okay guys, sorry about that. Sometimes I just need 3 or 4 hands and I don't have them. So you can see that over that side I've put a couple of extra lumps of wood in, a couple here. The far side's taken sooner than this side. You can see here that the onions are a little bit darker on top, but it's their skin, so that's going to peel off before they're eaten. The onion skins aren't eaten, but one or two. That piece of potato is probably a little bit more done than is ideal. We'll turn a couple of the others over, move a few things around. Put the lid back down. Like I said, the gas is now off. Here's the off position for both. I only ever use a left ring. It's not even a ring. Temperature's down to, what's that, about 100? Lots of smoke because a new piece of wood. But, you know, the moisture means incomplete combustion. But that's not why we're here. We're talking about my girl. Hey babe. No, we're not. Back with me, where we belong. I've kind of struggled this week to find topics to do video on. I got a few unused clips. For example, when I go to the park with Tina, there's a bird, looks like a woodpecker, but it's on the ground, runs around on the ground with a big crown, a big crest on top. Black and white striped kind of wings. But I never get too close, and I never get particularly good coverage because dog. Mainly because dog. Bad photography and lack of skill on my part is probably a part as well. So I've always got these ideas for little videos, but they often don't come off. And so far this week I don't think I've released any videos, have I? Maybe a bird flight one. I think I've got a few clips from here in the camp of birds swooping around that I've never released. But partly because those videos don't do too well. Even the ones that get maybe 100 views, most people only watch a minute and a half. Even when I spend a day adding audio soundtracks and slowing them down and trying to catch nice swooping actions from the birds, you're just not that interested. So we're back here talking mainly cooking, smoke from jacket potatoes, dog, and me and my pontifications. Do I have a larger list of things that I need? Not really. I don't maintain a... Do you think I should? How would you feel if I maintained like an ongoing list of, hey, what I need? It feels a bit crass to me. I feel like an ebeggar. I don't know. Now, in the past, some of you guys have been fantastic at listening to me. I might mention, hey, I struggle with X, Y, or Z. And then you people turn up and bring things. And I've like... Embarrassed isn't the right word, but I've been caught on the hop. Because I'm just describing what I struggle with. Like when my old rucksack, when the handles broke, the straps broke, and the zip broke, and it just became less and less usable. And then I came home from the park one day and found a whole new rucksack. I wasn't asking for a rucksack. I wasn't. It's fantastic. It's fantastic that you guys saw my need. But what if two of you had brought rucksacks on consecutive days or something? That would be wasteful. I would feel really bad there. Fortunately, that didn't happen. But you get my point. That if I say what I need and leave it to you guys to infer, work it out for yourselves, and then bring it, we could get that kind of collision where I end up with too much of something. On the other hand, me maintaining a list of things just feels crass. Is the only word I can come up with. Now, I've given examples in this video already of things that currently and the things I've mentioned so far in this video, they're not just currently needed, they're kind of ongoing. Charcoal would be good. Meat is obviously always a plus. I don't get much in the way of protein. Like I've said, my main protein comes from eggs. Chickpeas as well. Chickpeas and beans people bring me quite regularly. But meat, you know? Bacon. Chicken. Do I remember the last time I had beef? The Spanish guy a couple of weeks ago brought me a meal that had a beef stew, a beef in the jar when I went to the park that day. But I haven't cooked a lump of is that the right word? I haven't cooked a lump of beef myself in I don't know. At Christmas I picked up a 2 kilogram bag of pork from a bin. Around Christmas. A day or two before maybe. No, Christmas, I think it was Christmas Eve. Chicken, like I said, Karen brought me some, was that 2 weeks ago now? I think it's 2 weeks ago. I don't know, guys. Let me know. Would it help you to help me? And how would I do it? How would I maintain such a list, and so that if someone bought me something, I could then strike it off the list and say, nope, got that. And then a week or two later, when I don't have any anymore, add it back. Is there a website? Is there an app? Is there like a to-do list or a shopping list? I don't know. Would it help? Would it be of any interest to anybody? Do I sound like I'm just being an ebeggar and a bit of a grabber? Because that's how I feel. I don't know. See, and then we've got those of you that send me money by PayPal. Guys, I got a PayPal link, a PayPal donate link in the description of most videos. I don't always add it. Occasionally, where it seems apt, I'll add it to like a pinned comment at the top of the comments. If the video is specifically about the topic, like this one kind of maybe sort of is. Maybe. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Then there's the flip side of not ending up with too much at any one moment, because rodents are a thing. I woke up this morning and I've just said about how the doorway to my bedroom is now clipped with safety pins. Well, there was a gaping hole at one side because I only got the safety pins last night and I clipped it in the dark. It was kind of gaping at one end. And when I looked through, I could see these shelves. I've got this little shelving unit that's kind of collapsed and I don't use. It's taking up space inside, but there was movement on one of the shelves. And when it got my attention and I kind of focused. And there's this little cute, big-eared fucking mouse staring at me. Mice. They're a conundrum. Because they're cute. I don't want them to die. But I've got 3 or 4 mouse traps. Well, I got 3 mouse traps in there. I had a rat trap, but it exploded itself. It fell apart. They're cheap Chinesium. The mice, I don't want them to die. I tell them, go away, live in peace, go, leave me alone and live. But if you come into my tent and you're snooping around looking for food, you're gonna die. There's something, look, there's something, well, you can't look. I can't see. There's something in the grass over here now. Something moving. Tina's over there, doesn't give a fuck. Excuse me, swearing. Tina's slow to react to these things. Unless I tell her, go. She usually doesn't. This is why I was surprised the other week when I found the dead rat out here with puncture wounds in the neck. I assume it was Tina, but I don't know. But there's something over here now. So it's a balancing act about not wanting too much, not wanting to beg, not wanting to appear a beggar, but sometimes needing help. How do you balance those different constraints? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Do I get the balance right? I mean, it's certainly helped ever since I've had the YouTube channel. But then the real world with people walking past as well, where people stop and help sometimes. I don't know, guys. And then you get the accusations of being a grifter, of being a con, a deception, I don't know. You look around. I'll move the camera around, do a 360 as slow as I can. And you're back. I'm hoping that you can see that I'm not lying. I am living in this field. I am living in that tent. That tent has got a big fucking rip down the bottom right hand corner. And the entire roof is split end to end and is covered with a tarp. And now the door, because Tina got scared a few nights ago when a firework went off, the door has a big tear in the bottom. And the tape I've been using just hasn't been effective. So I was just looking over at the... I don't know if you're going to be able to see... I don't know if I'm going to be able to point this in the right direction. You see the moon? Hopefully you see the moon. I'm not a grifter. I'm not lying. I'm not deceiving you. This is me and my dog This is my tent with a hole in the roof. Not just a hole, a split down the entire length of the roof. A split on 3 sides at the base of the tent. It's a tent that's becoming fragile from the ultraviolet and is becoming more and more frangible, more and more breakable. You touch it, every time you touch it, you risk a new tear, a new rip. But going back to the original point, what do you need? I don't know. Tell me if it would help you to help me. Tell me if I should make a list and maintain a list on some kind of ongoing, updatable basis. A list of what I need. Sometimes I don't even know what I need. Sometimes need versus want. Where do you draw the line? Do I want carrots and onions? Do I need carrots and onions? Is it a preference or is it a need? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But for tonight, I'm losing the light. I got food cooking that I'm going to be eating soon. For now, I'll leave it with you. You tell me, what's the answer? For now, guys, Delta Mike, out.